Welcome back to Helper Dad. Today we're going to explore how to download Umbraco, a flexible and open-source .NET content management system. There are multiple methods for download and installation, and this guide will cover some of the most common approaches. Before you get started, make sure you have the necessary prerequisites. This includes sufficient disk space and adequate RAM for your project. On the software side, you'll need the .NET SDK, with the latest version being highly recommended. You'll also need SQL Server, either a local DB or a full SQL Server instance, an IDE like Visual Studio or VS Code, and optionally, a package manager such as NuGet or Chocolatey. One way to download Umbraco is by using the .NET CLI. To do this, open your command line interface. Create a new folder for your Umbraco project using the command dir/myumbraco project. Then navigate into that folder with cd myumbraco project. Next, install Umbraco using the .NET CLI with the command .NET new Umbraco, and simply follow the on-screen prompts. Another method involves using the NuGet package manager in Visual Studio. Start by creating a new ASP.NET Core Web Application project in Visual Studio. Then, right-click on your project in the Solution Explorer and select Manage NuGet Packages. Search for umbraco.cms and install the latest stable version of the package. Be sure to follow the post-install instructions that appear in the output window. A less common, and generally not recommended, method is the manual download. To do this, navigate to the Umbraco Downloads page, typically found on the Umbraco website. Download the pre-built package, extract the files to your desired directory, and then manually configure your web server and database. This method isn't recommended for beginners due to its complexity. When choosing your database, SQL Server is generally recommended for production environments. You'll need to use a full SQL Server instance and provide a connection string. SQL Server LocalDB is suitable for development and testing, offering a simpler setup process, but with limited capabilities compared to a full SQL Server instance. Lastly, SQLite is another option for development, and is the simplest to set up, using a file-based database, but it's also not recommended for production. If you encounter any issues, some common problems include not having the .NET SDK installed, having an incorrect .NET version, database connection string errors, missing dependencies, or firewall restrictions. Remember to utilize the available resources like the Umbraco documentation, community forums, and Stack Overflow for assistance. By now, you should have Umbraco downloaded and ready for setup. Remember to refer to the Umbraco documentation for next steps on configuring your website, and you're ready to start building your Umbraco site. Thanks for watching. See you next time on Helper Dad.